Hello, testing. Hello, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. All right. Hello, welcome. Let me know if you can hear me. This is a very rare 3D Printer Academy live stream. So let me know if you could hear me. All right. So I'm going to see if this will work. Hi, I don't show myself in front of the camera very often, but welcome to a 3D Printer Academy live stream. And once again, this is very rare. I basically never show myself in front of the camera, and I basically never, do a live stream. But today I have something really exciting for you. Hey guys, I see you. Hey Cube Factor. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. And today we're going to be doing a Fusion 360 experiment. We're going to see how far we could push it to its limits. So hey, welcome everyone. Once again, very rare 3D Printer Academy live stream. My name is Steven. I don't show myself very often, but here I am. Okay, so what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be creating a huge gearbox, and we're going to simulate it inside of Fusion 360, and we'll see if it will work. So if you've never used Fusion 360, it's a really great 3D modeling program, and here you can see it right here. You can see some of my projects. Here's a sneak peek behind the scenes of some of the stuff that I've been working on. So yeah, so let's go ahead and jump right in and not waste any more time. So how do you simulate? Okay, we're gonna get right into that. So the first thing we'll need to do is create the actual gearbox. So I'm going to create a gear by going to Utilities and Add-ins. And if you didn't know, Fusion 360 is actually free for personal use. Okay, I'm going to have to not turn that off. I'm going to have to turn this off for just a second because I need to get to my program is not, here it is. It popped this thing over here. There we go. So you go to Scripts and Add-ins, and then you go down to Spur Gear. So what we're going to do is create a bunch of spur gears, make them spin, basically connect all the gear ratios together and see how fast it'll go, see if the program will even be able to simulate it. Because basically if you have two gears, that's a gear ratio. So one gear goes slow, one gear goes fast, and then if you keep multiplying it and adding more gears, it spins faster and faster and faster and faster. PLP Fitty, here's your shout out. Okay, so first I have to set the settings for this gear. The module is basically the tooth size, so I'm going to set it to 1.5. That's what I always do. And the number of teeth, let's do 24. Backlash doesn't matter. This will set to 0.5, and let's set the thickness to 5. And the hole diameter doesn't matter either because we're just simulating this in the program. So the Cube Factor says, I don't think Fusion 360 is free. And a lot of people think that. It actually is. It's definitely free. It's hard to find on their website. You have to Google it. So Google Fusion 360 free personal use, and it'll take you to the link. Okay, so here is our basic gear. So you saw how easy that is basically to create a gear. Utilities, add-ins, and boom, we have our gear. So now we need to create a smaller gear. And then let me see if I have something I could show you, actually. I have this right here. So this is what we're going to be doing. So here's a giant gearbox that I made, basically. All right. So basically what we're going to be doing is simulating this in the computer. And we're going to, let's see. I'll show you how it works, basically. And if you've seen my videos, you've seen this a bajillion times. So basically, when you spin this gear here, you can see this one spins slower, and so on and so forth. So they're all connected together, and basically this multiplies the gear ratio all the way down. So you either get insane torque or you get insane speed. And in this live stream, we're going to see what happens when we try to make it go as fast as we can by just adding all the gears together. So that's what we're going to be doing. Set that down over there. Aaron Becker, huge fan of your channel and content. Well, thanks, Aaron. Yeah, and once again, I'm very new to live streaming, so if this is not the greatest, it's just that's what it's gonna be. But I'll try to make it entertaining for you and try not to waste anyone's time. Okay, so we're gonna do a smaller gear like this. Okay, and actually for the other gear, I want it to be bigger. So I'm gonna create another gear and just make the two. Let's do 36 this time. Okay, now it's loading. Okay. So I'm going to get rid of that one. So, oops, get rid of this, that one. Okay, so here's our compound gear. A compound gear is basically what it sounds like. It's two gears combined into one. And then move this one up. Now, I did not practice this before the live stream. So we're going to be, it's going to be a journey here. So once again, if you're joining, this is Fusion 360. It's a really great 3D modeling program. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to combine the two gears together like this using the combine tool. I'll capture the position and click OK. And now we have our two gears combined into one. Then I have to just create this little thing here. Okay, that doesn't matter. I'm just making this thing, forcing it to make this folder right here. And I'm going to drag that guy in and then delete that little cylinder that I made. Okay. So once again, hopefully you'll learn some design tricks and tips. Like if you've never designed anything, hopefully this will show you kind of how the process goes. That's also part of the reason of this live stream. So any questions about 3D printing, any questions about Fusion 360 design, anything like that, I have a lot of experience. I try to be as good as I can at design and 3D printing, but obviously I still don't know everything, but I'll try to help in whatever way I can. So the best beginner 3D printer depends on your budget. So if you have a bigger budget, I would highly, highly recommend the Bambu Lab X1 Carbon. Those are those three printers I have right here behind me. Insanely good and insanely user-friendly. I can't recommend them enough. Does the free version let you simulate things? Yes, check this out. We will be simulating things in the free version. Simulating motion at least. So here's our first gear. And now the only thing we need to do now is create an axle like this. Okay. And then once again, this is going to be a humongous gear ratio. So I'll make the axle really long. And now what I need to do is duplicate this gear. So let's see. Okay, under 330, I still recommend the Creality Ender 3. I know there's a lot of other Creality clones out there that people are now recommending, but beware. Here's an insider tip for you. Companies like Elegoo, which are gaining popularity because they are sponsoring so many YouTubers. So, whenever you see people recommending the Elegoo, Neptune, or whatever, just know that they are financially incentivized to promote that printer. All right, so that's why the Elegoo has gotten so much more popular, because Elegoo has done a really good job of promoting the product. And I'm not saying it's bad or good or anything. I've never used it, so I don't know. But I do know that they reached out to me. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that, but I didn't really want it because I have enough printers. But I still recommend the Creality Ender 3. Okay, I'm going to try to get to some of these questions here. So I'm going to kind of multitask. I'm going to jump between some questions and go back to the design. So, let's see. Hey, I was wondering, what's the best? Okay, got that one. How much experience do you have with it? With the Bambu, I'm not sure what you're talking about. Does the free version let you simulate things? Okay, yes, it does. I'm rooting for you from Japan. Thanks for the fun video. Well, thank you. How much does it cost? Try ratio, 1 RPM. Okay. How much tolerance? Okay, so here's a good question. How much tolerance do I do for my 3D printed parts? So here's a 3D printed part that I have. Okay. these screws have to be able to fit on to here. And I can't make the opening for this cap the same size as the thread. So what I do is I add a 0.04 millimeter gap. So that's the secret number right there, 0.04. And same thing with an object like this donut here. It screws on, and it's able to freely screw on because it has that 0.04 millimeter gap, which allows it to be loose and not just like a snap fit onto it. I'm looking at a 3D printer and it's $1,000 and like $330. I don't have a budget like that. Under $400. Once again, Creality Ender 3 Pro. I have a link for $99 if you could buy it in person, but that's only $187 for the Creality Ender 3 Pro. So if you don't want to spend if you want to spend the least amount of money, that's my recommendation. However, the printer is not incredibly reliable, so just expect to have to tweak it a little bit. But it doesn't require as much tweaking as people think. That's a misconception. Everyone thinks that you have to do a bunch of modifications to it, but you don't really have to. Okay, now I'm going to duplicate this axle here. I have 5 Ender 3s. Yeah, there we go. I have, like about the same amount. There's all over my house. Okay. And if you didn't know, I'm going to do a little self-promo here because this is my live stream. But I do have a Fusion 360 course. And it's live on Kickstarter for 35% off right now. And it's kind of, this video is a little bit of a promo for that. But yeah. Okay. So there's a link in the description if you're interested in learning how to use Fusion 360. Or you can just watch this video and I'll show you how to use it right here. Okay, so here we have 2 gears. So now what we have to do is so see how they're bodies right now? What we need to do is switch them from bodies and make them components. So just right click on it and go to create components from body. And now we have a component here and we'll call it gear 1. And we'll do the same thing for the other gear and create components from bodies. And we'll call that gear 2. Okay. Yeah, I know this is a really, I don't do live streams very often. So this is a special treat, or it's boring or whatever. My goal for this live stream, to be straight up with you, is 1, I'm promoting my Fusion 360 course, just to be fair. 2, I want to show you how easy it is to design gears and simulate things in Fusion 360. And 3, we're going to try to see if we could push Fusion 360 to its limits. Okay, I do want to get to your questions too. Okay. So yeah, if you could spam the comment section if you want. I don't mind if I miss your question. Okay, and I'm going to add some color to this. Make it plastic and ABS. I don't use ABS in real life. This is just for the color. PLA every day. Okay, so I want them to be different colors actually. There we go. And I'll do my classic. Let's do an orange color. Okay, so now, how do we get some things to move on the screen? Let's get these gears to move. Okay, this is my hat, by the way. Check it out, 3D Printer Academy. I wear it every day because I'm proud of my business here. Okay, how do you get successful as you're making similar type of content? Here's my suggestion. If you want to do YouTube, find something interesting. Try to make it have a wow factor. Don't be afraid to be a little bit clickbaity, but not too much clickbait. And then what else can you do? Just find your niche, and it takes perseverance. It takes a long time and a lot of hard work. So that's my YouTube help there. Just start posting videos, basically. I've never heard of that 3D printer. Yeah, I don't know anything about that. Frost Ops 72. Okay, let's get these gears to move here. So now that we have, okay, now these axles need to be bodies as well. AXLE, axle 2. I don't know why I did it backwards, axle 1. And now we'll create a component from this and a component from this. Okay, and then I'm going to delete these because these aren't anything, just to clean it up a little bit. Remove, and remove. So I've been doing 3D printing in YouTube basically full time for like 2.5 to 3 years. ABS does not taste good in liquid form. Yes, don't do that. What is your preferred, I'm assuming, brand of PLA? So I honestly really like Bambu Lab PLA. It is in my experience, it's the best PLA filament, especially for their printers. So those are the Bambu Lab X1 carbons right there. Yeah. Okay. I keep saying I'm going to get these moving, and we're going to get them moving now. So I'm not going to get distracted. So if you want to, here's the important thing. If you want to simulate motion of objects, right now, the object is just free to move anywhere. So what you need to do is, oops, I don't want to do that. What you want to do is, first off, I'm going to make them aligned. So first off, I'm going to rotate this gear so that the teeth aren't like that. Okay. So what you want to do is you want to create, first off, a rotating joint with the gear and the axle. So go to assemble, go to as built joint. So we're creating a joint, basically it's going to spin on the axle. So go to as built joint, and we're going to set it to revolute, and select the gear, and then select the axle. Okay, revolute, and then snap the rotation to the center point. And now, boom, here we go. First thing is now spinning. So we have one gear spinning. Okay, how about the Ender 3 Max Neo? Okay, I don't know. Creality honestly comes out with way too many variations of their printers, so I have not tested all of them at all. And to be fair, I also focus more on the design aspect of 3D printing. So whatever 3D printer can help me just print stuff, I like that one. So that's why I had the Bambu Labs, because they're fast and everything. Watching this makes me want to build some battle bots. So yeah, that's fun. Some other YouTube channels make some cool stuff. Okay, so now we have one gear. Okay, so now check it out. I try to spin the gear, and the entire thing is moving. So what I need to do is take this axle and ground it, which basically means see that pin there, pins it to whatever space, I guess. So now we have a gear that spins, and I can spin it with my mouse. Okay, now this other gear needs to do the same thing. So let's create another as-built joint, this component and this component, and then select the rotation point here. Now it's spinning. Click OK. And then this axle, I also need to ground it as well. So now we have two gears that could spin freely. However, they don't do anything. They're not spinning with each other. So how do we make these two gears spin with each other? Well, we have to create a motion link. That's what it's called. So, and then FYI, my Fusion 360 course is live right now on Kickstarter, 35% off. There's limited slots available. That's my shameless plug. It's part of the reason I'm doing this live stream, to be completely honest with you. And it's my most popular course. Over 2,000 students have taken my courses, 5-star reviews, mostly 5-star, not all 5 stars, and satisfaction guaranteed. There's a link in the description below. That's my self-plug there. Okay, so let's make these connect together, and we're going to add a motion link. Okay, so the motion link connects two joints together. So we have this joint there, and then we have this joint here. And now you can see, okay, I have them backwards here. So I'm going to cancel this. For the gear ratio, you can see, actually, wait, no, that wasn't backwards. That was fine. Go to motion link. Okay. This one and this one. Okay, yeah, that's exactly what we want. So now this red gear, I'm pointing to my screen, but the red gear, maybe I'll talk a little slower, I don't know, but the red gear is spinning slow, and the orange gear should spin faster. That's the whole point of this experiment. So each gear we add will spin faster and faster until Fusion 360 explodes and my computer crashes and the live stream goes down. So so this motion link here, we can tell it what ratio we want. So I think this is a 3-to-1 ratio. So I need to multiply, I could divide it by 3. So I think that'd be 120. There we go. So avocados from Mexico. I like avocados. I really want to say in English. No upgrades. Yeah, you don't really need to upgrade the Ender 3 that much. I think that is a misconception. Okay, so now what we have, so now we get, this is the first part of the experiment. So now you can see when I spin this red gear, the orange gear spins 3 times faster. And this is where it gets really fun. So what we're going to do now is duplicate this red gear. And now the red gear, the new red gear, will spin 3 times faster than the orange gear. And I hope you can see where this is going. So each time we add a gear, it's going to go faster and faster and faster and faster. Okay. So let's go ahead and duplicate. I hope I could duplicate this. Otherwise, it's going to be annoying, but we'll try it out. So I'll go to Move and Copy and create a copy. And now we're going to drag it like this. And then I think I want to go 12. Okay. There we go. Can you help my cat not go through the wall again? I'm sorry, but I cannot help you with that one. Okay. So now we have gear 3. So the first gear ratio is a 3-to-1 gear ratio. And every gear we add is going to multiply it by 3. So we have a 3-to-1 gear ratio. Now we multiply it by 3, and then we get a 9-to-1 gear ratio. Okay, so copy. Yeah, I could copy 2 gears. Yeah, exactly. That's a good idea. Wow, GGG gearing. If I just copy them like that, it'll be much quicker. I'll do that next time around. Okay, so now I think this gear, yeah, so that gear's not moving, which is fine. So now we need to connect this joint with the new joint. So I think I need to actually create a new joint. So, and this is the first time I'm doing this, so this will be fun. I'm going to assemble it. I'm going to create an as-built joint between this red gear and the axle. And I'm going to snap it to that center point there. So now we have that gear. Okay, self-destructing gearbox, 100%. Okay. I know these gearboxes are really fun. I've been enjoying it. My whole channel is kind of built on these gearboxes. I just made the story goes is I made an Instagram post about a gearbox I made, and it blew up, and then I posted on YouTube, and then that started doing well. And now I just try to make whatever things that I think are interesting. Oh, here's a fun thing for you guys. I want to break a world record soon. So, what world record should I break related to 3D printing? Let me know in the comments. I have the world's highest gear ratio. I did build the world's longest sword, 3D printed sword. I never posted that though. Yeah, so let me know in the comments what 3D printing world record should I break. So now let's join this joint. So now we go to Motion Link. So assemble Motion Link. I think I want to capture the position and select this one first. You have a face. This is face reveal, 200K face reveal. I don't show my face often. I don't know why. I don't know, but okay. So now, here we go. So now we're going to see if this works. Nice, check that out. It's working. I have to post it. It's in pieces right now, like on the side of our place. So how many ways do you think you could spin the concept of large gearboxes? How longer do you think you'll continue? I don't know how long I'll make them, as long as people keep watching them. If people like the gearbox videos, I'll keep making gearbox videos. My cat has a face too. Tritech. Did you say something that I missed? Oh, yeah. I'll probably make another one. I have, you can't see them, but I have some of the Belt 3D printers, the CR30s. Okay, let's spin these gears. Look at that, so it's working. So here's the question. Do you think Fusion 360 will crash, or do you think it'll be able to handle this? World's largest 3D printed gearbox. Okay. The only problem with that one is I don't know if Guinness Book of World Records would. I guess I could do that. I don't know why, but it could be an interesting video. How long is my course on sale? So the Kickstarter goes for 20 days, 19 or 18 days left, but the discount, the 35% off is limited. So if you want to get that 35% off deal, then I recommend getting it as soon as possible. How small of a gear can you print while having the teeth engaged? I'm not sure. That'll be interesting as well. But let's get adding some gears here. So I'm going to appearance. I'm going to make the color. I guess I'll do blue. No, I'm not going to do blue. I don't like that. Let's do yellow. Keep it kind of a similar color theme. Okay, kind of a goldish color. So the tooth count's only for fun and real simulation. Yeah, so the actual teeth here aren't actually engaging. So if we go in close like this and I spin this, you'll see the teeth don't actually touch. And that's not a problem because we've told these joints how it works. And that just helps Fusion 360 calculate all the movement quicker. Okay, so now let's add another gear. So now we're going to multiply this one, duplicate it, create a copy, and then simply move it by 12. And I should get faster and faster at this. Oh, I turned Siri on. So Siri is going to say something. Turn off Siri.
I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Could you try again?
No. Get out of here. I accidentally pressed the Siri button on my computer. I'll demand royalty for that video. So by watching this video, you agree to the terms and condition that 3D Printer Academy gets rights to all video concept ideas. So if you don't agree to that, then you should stop watching the live stream. I will try to give you a shout out or something. I cannot guarantee anything because I see a lot of people, so I won't be able to remember exactly who recommended unless you send me a message or something. Then I could give you a shout out for sure. So just DM me on Instagram if you want a shout out. Even then I can't guarantee it because there's a lot of, I won't be able to remember. Okay, let's make this red. Oh great, what is this warning? Remove appearances applied to bodies? Sure. That one turned. Why did it do that? Okay. Okay, let me see here. 2 seconds. Actually, I don't want to do 2 seconds. Okay, so once again, this is a very rare live stream, and I don't do live streams very often, but part of the reason I'm doing a live stream is to promote my Fusion 360 course, 35% off on Kickstarter, link in the description below. There are limited spaces available, so don't miss out. That's my ad break. And let's get back into this. I want to be completely transparent with you, and that's the reason I'm doing a live stream, because live streams are good for promoting courses, apparently. So that's transparent right there. Does stress sims? As you see right, actually, I don't know if it does stress simulations. Okay, what do I need to do here? Let's go to gear, and let's go to assemble, and let's go to as built joint. Select this one, and you should actually start picking up on exactly how to do this. So if you want to try it yourself, you can as well. Okay, so now we have that. So now the next step, once again, is to add the motion link. Okay, and then let's capture the position, yes. And then let's select this joint and this joint here. Okay, and once again, I set this to 120 because we have 3:1 gear ratios. Let's check it out. So now when I spin this one, you can see the red gear spins just a tiny little bit. How does the course work? It's like a schedule or something. How many spaces are there? So the way it works is, I have 2 ways of doing courses. I have my masterclass courses, which are the comprehensive courses that there's a bunch of videos that you access through a portal. So that's the masterclass. It's like a lot of lessons, bite size. You check all the boxes and you go through all the steps of like a program like Fusion 360. And I'll go through all the different settings and things, like all different tools that you could use. Then I have boot camps, which are a 4-week, it's a 4-week course where you get the lessons sent directly to your email inbox. So I have master classes, comprehensive, lots of lessons, you access through an online portal. Then I have boot camps, where it's a 4-week thing with weekly lessons, and you do projects each week. So I recommend doing both, of course, because I made them. But yeah. What's the largest gearbox? The one I made has the highest gear ratio. I forget what the gear ratio was, though. Okay, let's see how fast this spins. It's spinning pretty fast. So far, it hasn't broken the program yet. And to be honest, Fusion 360 can crash pretty easily. Let's create a copy. I think the last gear is spinning in the wrong direction. I think that might be an optical illusion. Okay, 12. Okay. Now, boom. So here's the steps again. Go to as built joint, component, snap to here. Okay. Assemble, motion link, capture position, joint, 120. Okay. All right. Let's test it out. Let's see how it works. Look at that. So you can see, if you look at the blue joint, you can see how much, if I just barely spin this, you can't even really see it spinning, but if I spin this one here, check that out. You can see how slow the red gear spins. But so far, I mean, Fusion 360 is handling it like a champ. Have you ever considered starting a Discord server? I have a Discord server, actually. I don't know if I have a link to it right now, though. But yeah, if you could find a link to my Discord server, I'll post it somewhere. What hardware do you use? For my computer, I have a MacBook Pro. Flexible filament, see how much the lattice expands. What printer? Okay, yeah, I said, yeah, I use the Bambu Lab X1 Carbons because they are the best 3D printers. Okay, let's multiply this again. How many gears should I do? How many do you think? Put your guesses in the comments. How many before it crashes or just keeps going? As built joint. So that one, Revolute. Select the thing here. Click OK. And I hope you can see the pattern now. Oh, not a drive. Oh, I could do a drive joint, actually. No, I'm going to do a motion link. 1,000? I sure hope it's not 1,000. There we go. And once again, set it to 120. So now, check this out. So now you can see the orange gear spinning really fast, but the red gear is basically not really spinning very much at all. Okay, take this gear, move copy. This is how you copy an object in Fusion 360. So why do I use Fusion 360 and not a program for Blender for something like this? Or why do I use Fusion 360 the most out of any of the other programs, like Tinkercad? A lot of people say Tinkercad is easy, but in my opinion, Tinkercad is actually kind of difficult. So I would recommend actually just jumping straight to Fusion 360. The gear is spinning backwards. Is it really? I'll have to look again. So let's assemble, and let's do a motion link. And let's go from this one to this one. Okay. Oops. Oh no. I forgot. Oh, here's a good time to mention something cool about Fusion 360. So see down here on the bottom? That's called the timeline. And what I could do is I made a mistake. So I could go down into the timeline, double click it, and change some of the settings in the past. So now it works. If you look at the blue line in the center, you can see it in the wrong direction. So here's how we could tell. No, it's working. I think it's an optical illusion. Because, oh wait, no. It's hard to see actually. I think it looks like it's spinning in the wrong direction. I can't tell actually. But what I could do is, it should be right because I didn't change. That's spinning in the right direction. Oh, I go to here actually. Oh, you are right. That one is spinning in the wrong direction. Those two are spinning in the wrong directions. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's a great time to actually mention the timeline once again. So, oh man. So this one's working, right? All the first three are working, so it's the fourth one. So 1, 2, the third motion link. So there's the first, second, the first motion link, the second motion link, and the third one. This one here is backwards, right? So that's not, okay. Wait a second. It's so hard to tell. That's correct, right? Yeah, I think that's correct. There we go, right? That fixed it, right? I think that's good. Would you consider making a small 3D printed crane? That would be really cool. It could be interesting, but Ivan Miranda, I think that's his name. I think he just did that. So now the next motion link is also backwards, right? So I think what I need to do is hit this reverse checkbox. There we go. Okay, same with the next motion link. So see how cool the timeline feature is? I wish Blender had something like that. Tronica 2.0, thanks for joining. Yeah, I was glad you stuck around. Okay, how many printers do you have? Because it must take forever to make those gears. I have a lot of printers. My whole office is filled with printers. But I really only need to use these 3 bamboos now because they're so fast. Okay, the last 2 on the right side are backwards. Yeah, I think all the ones, yeah, these 2 are backwards as well. So I'm going through all the motion links here and hitting this. Oh, that one already has a reverse. Did I already do that one? That one's working. Now the last one's just broken. Okay, so I need to make sure I check the reverse because 2 gears, when they spin in reverse like this. Wow, you have 3 bamboos. Yes, I actually bought 4. I bought 1 for my dad so he could print stuff. So check this out. That's not looking right. You see this? That yellow gear is spinning the same speed. So, oh yeah. Why is it spinning the same speed? That's not right. So what I think I'm going to do is go into here. I'm just going to delete that last motion link and redo it. Okay, assemble. Create a motion link. And capture position. I think I need to select that one, then this one. Okay. And then set this to 120. Okay. And then hit reverse. Yes. Okay. Safer, what I'm doing is I'm creating a really big gear ratio and I'm simulating it inside of Fusion 360 to see if we get Fusion 360 to crash. That's exactly what I'm doing. If you press the play button next to the timeline at the bottom, something fun happens. So if you want to see what that does, so this, if I press play, what it does is it goes through the whole process. So here's my entire process here. So we started with the 1 gear. Basically, we added the axle, create another gear. Then we added the other axle, set the color of the gears. And then we basically made them all components. And then once they're components, you can add joints. And then once you have joints, you can create motion links. How did you get into 3D printing? Do you have an engineering background? So Jonathan, great question. I do have an engineering background. I'm actually a registered professional engineer for the state of California. So that means I had to do a bunch of education, take a bunch of tests, and I'm a professional engineer for better or for worse. Hopefully for better. Okay, so now, I don't even know if this is going to even phase the program. It needs to be infinitely large to ratio infinitely, but we can get pretty high. So what is the gear ratio right now? So to calculate the gear ratio, basically count the number of gear pairs. And I mentioned this over and over again. Have you gotten to play with...
I found this on the web for count the number of the repairs. Check it out.
If Siri keeps interrupting me. Okay, so to calculate the gear ratio, what you have to do is count the number of gear pairs. So basically we have 1 gear pair, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gear pairs. So basically, it's 3, 9, 27, whatever that times 3 is, times 3 times 3. And you keep, yeah, Siri, come on. Oh, can't say it. Okay, okay, let's add another gear here. Okay, here's a fun tip right here. See how I'm rotating it? And it's like incredibly annoying. See how bad that is? If you right click, you could set the orbit like this. And now I can set it to like a point here. So now when I rotate, it rotates around my gears. Yeah, 3, 9, 27, 81. So someone do the calculations. What's the gear ratio right now? Okay, let's multiply this gear. Create a copy. Move it 12. 12. I thought it was 12. Yeah, it's 12. Move it 12. Click OK. Create our as-built joint. So you guys should be pros at this by now. And then set the center point here. Then click OK. Now we do a motion link. Capture position. Select the joint, the first joint, the second joint. Set reverse. And then do 120. Then click OK. Can't you copy all the gears at once? So that was a good idea that someone recommended. I forget who did it, who recommended it. However, I have to create all of the motion links and the joints. So I can't. If I did that, I'd still have to do the same process basically. So we're kind of stuck doing it like this. Generative monitoring, I've used it. Yeah, that's cool. So you see this thing here, this automate thing? This is really cool. So you can see how it can make these organic, like it calculates the perfect shape to go between objects. That's a cool thing that Fusion 360 has. Brakes around 80 gears. Oh no. Okay, so that's working. So check this out. Red gear completely stopped. There should be automatic copy ratio too. I don't know about that. I mean, I think if I selected them all, but I don't know if I don't know how to do the link though. So I'm just gonna do it like this. Move copy, create a copy. Let's go to 12. Boom. Okay, let's see how fast I do this. Modify, or no, assemble, as-built joint, gear, axle, snap to the center point. Okay, assemble, motion link, capture position. Do the one behind first, and then one in front, reverse, 120, because we have 3-to-1 gear ratio. Okay, 3 to the 8th power is 65, 61. So many people want me to spin. Actually, this is the only time I'm able to actually spin this gear because we're simulating it. In real life, the amount of torque it takes to spin the last gear is insane, and the friction multiplies all the way up. So everyone always wants me to spin. Yeah, render tabs up here. You can make stuff look cool. If you ever try to spin these gears in real life, like I've had people buy these models and then they try to spin them and they say it doesn't work. And I keep having to reiterate to everyone, yes, they don't work because the friction multiplies all the way up. So yeah. Bro, why don't you work in live chat? Wait, why don't this work in live chat? Torque. Oh, the bolt. 9 gears enough to lift a truck. I would say so. If the plastic was strong enough, 9 gears would be plenty strong. So basically, if you calculate the gear ratio, and let's say the truck weighs 5,000 pounds, divide that by the gear ratio, and that's the amount of force you'll need to lift it up. So it'd be basically like you could use your pinky and lift up a truck. Considering there's no friction, there's no friction, and the material is infinitely strong. Assemble, as-built joint, gear, axle. Select the rotation point. Okay. Assemble, motion link, capture position, joint, reverse. 120. Okay. I use Fusion 360 over SolidWorks. First off, it's cheaper, unless somehow people find a secret way to get SolidWorks for free, which some people do. And I think the user interface of Fusion 360 is just really nice, and it's really easy to use. Like, it's so easy to use. So there we go. Take this gear, move, copy, create a copy. Let me know if you have any other 3D printer questions or if you have any Fusion 360 questions. I'm here to help. This is your free access to Steven at 3D Printer Academy. So select, let's see, I'm doing this one and then this one. Set the center point here. Okay. Also, let me know what's your favorite design of mine that I've made. I'm curious to see which ones you like the best. Okay, do this joint, joint, reverse, and then 120, then okay. I'm going to do 2 gears this time before testing it. Move copy, create a copy. Let's move it 12. Click OK. Assemble. So now, why do I use as-built joint instead of a regular joint? So a regular joint, so see this picture here? There? A regular joint assembles the components for you, which can be really annoying. If you do an as-built joint, however you piece the parts together in your program, so if I have my axle and my gear spinning, wherever I position it, it's just where it is. So if I have the axle over here and the gear here, it'll spin. But if I do as-built joint, it'll automatically put them together, and that's just really annoying. So that's why I use as-built joints. Was your recent video inspired by Gazer's Extreme Brick Machines? Oh, I love those 2 channels. Yes. Brick Experiment channel. I enjoy watching that channel. So yes, it was definitely inspired by them. The video style was similar. Yeah, it was. I changed the style sometimes. Let's see. I completely agree with you. Built F1 cars at Club University. Yeah, Fusion 360 is a lot easier to use in my opinion. The flywheel car was so cool. I personally really liked the flywheel car. Hopefully the YouTube algorithm picks it up, because it didn't perform the best on the YouTube algorithm. Oh, that's not what we want. Let's see. I snapped it to the wrong spot. There we go. Okay, assemble. Let's go to motion link. Select the one behind and the one in front. Reverse, angle 120. Okay. Move copy. Create a copy. Move it 12. Okay. Assemble, as-built joint, gear, axle, gear. Oh. Assemble. I went too fast for the program. Gear, axle. Snap to here. Click OK. Assemble, motion link. The one behind, the one in front. Reverse, 120. OK. I'm going to keep chugging along here. Move copy. Create a copy. Move it forward by 12. Okay. Okay. Assemble, as-built joint, gear. See, I went too fast again. Assemble, as-built joint, gear, axle. Snap to here. Okay. Assemble, motion link, gear, or joint in the back, joint in the front, 120, reverse. Okay. We'll do one more. Move copy. Create a copy. 12. Okay. Assemble. As-built joint. Gear. Axle. Snap. Okay. Assemble. Motion link. This. That. Reverse. 120. Okay. Boom. I'll get back to your questions here. Repeated action here. It spins against. Okay. I'm trying to get to your questions. The marble machine you made was pretty cool. Thanks. That's one of my favorite designs I've ever made. An STL cannot be imported into Fusion. I think it can. Insert. So you insert a mesh. So that's the way you could insert an STL. So you could insert an STL, an OBJ, or a 3MF. Go to insert, insert mesh. Okay. Let's see. Maybe at some point start to ignore the gear ratio and just choose some fast speed. I could do that. We could cheat a little bit. You have to click convert to mesh, then make a body for you to edit. I think another gear is spinning backwards. No. I heard it's not available in the personal use version. You'd be correct. Pro or educational only. Well, anyways, I would not even recommend, importing a STL into Fusion 360 because a mesh is not editable like a solid body like these are. So Fusion 360 uses mathematics and functions to calculate shapes, whereas a program like Blender uses points in space to create meshes. So a CAD program uses formulas and functions and equations to calculate the shapes mathematically, and a program like Blender uses points in space to create a mesh. So if you have a mesh, just use Blender. There's no reason to use Fusion 360 if you have a mesh, basically. Yeah, I could do rectangular pattern, but like I said before, I don't know how to duplicate the connection of these joints. Okay. And now, here's a short ad break from our sponsor. And our sponsor is 3D Printer Academy. Here's our sponsor, me, aka. So I have a Fusion 360 course. It's on sale right now for 35% off, where I teach all of the functions and features of Fusion 360, as well as how to design some cool things like these threads. This is a modular organizer thing, or stuff like this donut that's actually a container that opens up like this. And the reason I'm doing this live stream is, kind of a promotion for my course. So that is one reason why. The other reason is I was thinking it'd be fun just to hang out with you guys. And the third reason is to see if we can make this do something. So yeah. I cover 3D printing tolerances. I believe it should link when you click the features in the timeline. See how many teeth you put in a single gear. That'd be fun to see. Let's see. Left. The last left gear spinning backwards. This looks fine. See, all that looks fine. That looks fine. That looks good. I think it's spinning correctly. There we go. Going all the way down the gear train. Look at that. Boom. Someone calculate the gear ratio for me. What are we at now? How much would you charge if you wanted to remesh a paddle shifter SEL? I don't do individual projects, sorry. But you could find people on maybe Etsy or maybe on Upwork. They might be able to help you. You could contract someone. Create a copy. If this just keeps working, I'm not sure what we're going to do. Fusion 360 is too powerful. Create an as-built joint. Boom. Boom. Oh, I keep messing up that one spot. Okay. Assemble. Motion link. I'm going to see how efficient I can get this. Joint. 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 Reverse. 120. Okay. Take this gear. Create a copy. Create a copy. Move it to here. 12. Okay. And then now let's do assemble, as-built joint. So here I'm not going to make the mistake. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Motion link. Boom, boom. 120. Reverse. Go. 4,700,000. Wow. Okay. This one. Move copy. Create a copy. Okay. Here we go. Boom. Boom. So gear. Oh, I went too fast. As-built joint. Gear. Axle. Snap. Okay. And then now let's do assemble. Motion link. The first joint. The second joint. Reverse. 120. And if you're popping in here, my name's Steven. I'm the creator of 3D Printer Academy. I never do live streams. So this is a unique test of something I was trying to do. You should do these live streams more. They're so much fun to watch. Well, thanks, Sam. I'm glad you are enjoying the live stream. I would consider it potentially. I don't know. I have to think of some fun ideas. That's the hard thing about the live streams. I want to have ideas that are interesting to watch. And it's hard to do stuff quick enough sometimes on a live stream. So assemble, as-built joint, gear, axle. Oh, I missed the snap again. Snap. Okay. Assemble, motion link. First joint, second joint, reverse, 120. So by now, you guys should be an expert. All right. Infinite variable transmission in my channel. Do you make, okay, cool. Let's see. I've been watching for 10 minutes, just realized this was live. I'm glad that you didn't even realize it was live. So I take that as a compliment. If this is a live stream, I don't do it very often. Okay. Now let's create a copy and move it 12. Oh, that'd be fun. A stream where chat tells me what to make. It's kind of like an AI telling me what to make, but it's the chat. That'll be fun. Assemble, as-built joint, gear, axle, snap. Okay. Assemble, motion link, first joint, second joint, reverse, 120. If this becomes a meme or something, that'll be funny. Okay. Is that spinning the right way? Yes. Okay. Let's count the number of gear pairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So we have 19. So 3 to the 19th power. I think that's right. Move copy. Create a copy. Let's go ahead and drag this out. If you want to learn how to do make stuff in Fusion 360 and you want to learn from someone that has lots of experience making lots of stuff, aka me, or I might hire an instructor as well. I have my Fusion 360 Masterclass on sale right now on Kickstarter for 35% off, limited time deal. Link in the description below. This video is proudly sponsored by 3D Printer Academy. Okay, now let's go to assemble, as-built joint, gear, axle. Oh, I'm too fast. As-built joint, gear, axle, and snap. I always miss the snap. I don't know why I miss the snap. Okay. All right, so I think that's good. I haven't checked it. Let's go to motion. Oh, I did a drive link. Whoops. Assemble, motion link, joint, reverse, 120. Okay. You need to multiply 3 times 3 21 times, question mark? So yeah, that'd be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay, let's see. Here comes the test. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we're getting some lag. Oh yeah, spinning wheel of death. Oh no. So now we finally reached the point where, uh-oh. If everything crashes, thanks for joining. But if it crashes, then it's gonna be. Okay, so remember what we got here. How many is this? 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So the gear ratio is too powerful for my computer. We're going to add another one. We're going to get to crash. That's our goal here. Let's get this program to crash. Move copy. Create a copy. Oh, yeah. This video is sponsored by Micro Center. That's not really. Keep making this not the end of your CPU. I would like to give a shout out to my long-term sponsor, Micro Center. They aren't paying for this at all, but I really like working with them. So if you have a Micro Center next to you, go buy lots of stuff. and click lots of links for Micro Center. We will all have our doubts in school. Mechanical engineering is the most universal, so I promise that you'll guaranteed a job. I'm aerospace. It's a bit trickier. Yeah, mechanical engineering is a good bet. If you want to have a high chance of getting a job, mechanical engineering is a good option. And if you want a tip for getting a job, everyone that I know that works for Tesla, they worked on their school's Formula One car project. So if you join one of those teams, extracurricular, in college, join some sort of Formula One team, or that's the most popular one, I think. It gives you a much higher chance of landing a good job at a company. I love that store, so cool. What are the specs on my Mac? It's a 2019 MacBook Pro fully loaded, so whatever that is. Not super amazing, but it's okay. Okay, assemble, as-built joint, gear, axle. I missed the snap again. They stopped selling Ender 3s now, only sell the Pros. The Pro is good. You don't need the regular Ender 3. The Pros, I don't even understand why there'd be a regular Ender 3. Ender 3 Pro is great, and they often have a deal for $99. All right, it's loading here. Oh, yep. How many gears are there? I'm counting 22. All right, we're going to get this program to crash. Assemble. Motion link. Capture position. It's getting a little bit trickier now because I'm getting the spinning ball of death a lot. It has two teams, combustion and electric, but if you want a shot with Tesla, go for the EV team. Two people might have interns. Exactly, there we go. So I guess they've changed it now because I don't think there was an EV team when I was in college. I don't know. I'm a civil engineer doing mechanical, but I don't know. For civils, you do the bridge project, the bridge team and the concrete canoe team. But it doesn't really matter for civil. It's not like as prestigious of companies. The spinning ball finally showed up. Yeah, it's been spinning. It's been showing up. Okay, this might be the last gear here. Let's see. And then I'm going to have to drink some coffee. Let me know if you have any questions because this is going to crash soon. It was introduced in 2010. Okay. Yeah, they had it then. All right, here we go. The lag. Okay, so how many gears do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. It's actually kind of hard to even count. And we got the spinning ball of death. Oh, I gotta stand up now. I'm gonna say we're pretty much maxed out here on Fusion 360. It's I want this file to try my fully stacked PC. Oh, hey, that's a good idea. Benchmarking your computer with gear ratios. I'll have to remake it myself. Well, now, lucky for you, I think you should have plenty of... I've done it the same thing over and over again, so... I liked your video on how it would take longer than Life of the Universe. You should try to automate it and spin it really fast in Fusion. That's kind of what I'm doing right now. We're trying to spin it. So if I spin it like this, I mean, you can see it just, the program is just struggling. It's just, I get the spinning ball and it's not happy. So once again, this live stream is sponsored by my Fusion 360 course. It's on Kickstarter right now for 35% off, limited time deal, limited spots. I'm not sure how many spots are left, but click the link in the description if you want to learn from me. And you could ask me questions. I'll respond to your emails and all of that, like one-on-one help, Fusion 360. But specifically, I teach how to design things for FDM 3D printing. So if you want to learn all the things that I've learned over the years about how to design things, like this donut, it's kind of random, but I have like tons of things that I can't even really show you because they're all placed everywhere. But highly recommend the Fusion 360 course. 32 spots left. Yep. So yeah, it's for the 35% off. So I think we're pretty much maxed out here. I'll add one more and we'll see. We'll see if it could actually crash. But I don't know if it's just going to crash or just completely freeze up. It's getting a little harder to make stuff because it's, yeah, it's just taking forever to do stuff. So I drag it out and wait. I'm not sure if SolidWorks is better at this, actually. I wonder if it is. Okay. Do you have a Dwayne the Among Us Johnson? No, I don't have that. I have a big benchy. It's kind of fun, I guess. I don't know. Okay. This is my office, by the way. Office tour. Bamboos and filament. Assemble. As-built joint. Gear. Axle. Snap. Missed the snap again. Okay. Among Us. Assemble. Motion link. Capture position. This one, and then that one. Reverse. My favorite 3D printer by far is the Bambu Lab X1 Carbon. I know it's hyped so much, but highly recommend it. As you can see, I have 3 Bambu Lab X1 Carbons with AMS units, and I even bought one for my dad because I was trying to get him into 3D printing, and he's printed some cool stuff too. So, yeah. All right, let's try it out here. Spin the red gear. As you can see, nothing's happening. It's just, I think we finally broke it. I think it's just like, I mean, unless I'm doing something wrong, like it's just straight up. It's just like, nah, I'm not gonna spin. I think they're worth it. So if you find a way to save up for one, get a side job, hustle, I think they're worth it 100%. They're just so cool. I know that's easier said than done, though. I'd rather build my machines than buy them. Yeah, 100%. If you want to build a Voron, yeah, go for it. New anchor maker? No, I haven't. I don't know how excited I am about those printers, but oh, the anchor, yeah, the fast one. The Bambu Lab, I think, is faster. Thoughts on Ender 3 S1? I think there are too many variations of the Ender printers. I think that, I don't know. I think the Ender 3 Pro is fine. It's still fine, So yeah, that's the limit. We finally found the limit here. So my last remarks will be, check out the Fusion 360 Masterclass. I will answer any last minute questions right now. So if any questions, otherwise, I'm going to head out here. And so what's the final gear ratio? Before we go, what is the final gear ratio? Someone put in the comments. I'm curious. Calculate it. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We did 23. There we go. Boom. I'll see you in the master class. Well, thanks for signing up. I'm very glad to have you. Once again, 35% off. Limited spaces available. And I'll teach you all the stuff I know about FDM 3D printing. I do it full time. I love creating unique, fun things. So if you like FDM 3D printing and you want to know all the tips and tricks, and you have time to go through a lot of lessons, then I recommend the course. I do have free resources available as well. So what do I do with my failed prints? Unfortunately, I throw them away. I would love there to be a recycling program. So there's no recycling programs yet. So if anyone is an entrepreneur and wants to start a business, please start a PLA recycling business. So I would like to do that. I just don't know how to make the numbers work. But yeah, this is not my first live stream, but I don't do them very often. But yeah, so we're going to leave here with the Fusion 360 spinning ball of death. So, yeah, you could buy the. I don't have space for that right now though. But thanks everyone for joining. I'm glad you stuck around. It was a fun time. So, I wish you the best on all your projects, all the things you're working on. Yeah, it was fun hanging out, and we maxed out Fusion 360. Didn't quite go as optimistically as I was hoping, as you can see by how long the axles are. But yeah, see you in the Winter Garden stream. Just kidding. I do really like Winter Garden, so I dare you to want to say that number. All right, guys. Once again, thanks for joining. This video was sponsored by 3D Printer Academy's Fusion 360 Masterclass. Over 200 lessons going through all of the tips and tricks, features of Fusion 360, specifically for designing cool things for FDM 3D printing. So that's my last plug there. So take care. See you guys. Thanks again for joining.